What's up, guys? Alex D'Angelo here once again, and yes, I'm in a different location right now because I'm recording this video at my friend Nolan's house right now. So right now, I'm gonna do the recaps for the games for yesterday. So let's go ahead and look those up real quick. So hold on, let me go to Google instead. Because I'm on my friend's computer and it's set to it's set onto Yahoo as the main thing. There we go. All right, here we go. 1 second. Yeah, I greatly apologize, but all right, there we go. All right. Okay, got it. All right, fuck it. I'll just do it. Okay. So yeah, we'll do the games from yesterday. So we'll do these in order. Or I'll try to do these in order. So the first game is the Boston Celtics versus the Knicks. So this game kind of pissed me off. So I was super pissed about this game. Very, very, very annoyed. Because we should have won this game. And again, I apologize about the noise in the background. My friend's taking a shower. But anyways, yeah, sorry, I'm just really trying to find, okay, hold on a second. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let me see if I can find the stats here. Okay, here we go. So, on the Knicks side of things, RJ Barrett only had 19 points, but he had a clutch-ass 3 in the fourth quarter to give them the lead at one point. I believe that was in overtime when he hit that shot. Julius Randle had himself a night with 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Yeah, he definitely he did pretty well. Jalen Brunson also went off. He had 29 points, and yeah, so, and Emmanuel Quickly also had 17 points. On the Celtics side of things, Jason Tatum had 35 points and 14 rebounds. So Jason Tatum played a good game. I'm more upset, however, about Jaylen Brown. So Jaylen Brown had 22 points and 9 rebounds, but he he missed two clutch free throws. He missed both free throws that could have either won us the game or just forced another overtime. And I'm pissed that that even happened. And I'm so pissed about that shit because we could have won that game had he just made those 2 free throws. I'm very annoyed that he didn't make them. So, because that cost us the game. Because we made a big run in the fourth to force overtime. And then we had a 5-point lead in overtime, and then we let them take the lead and all that shit. We just couldn't close it out. We don't know we are not good at executing in the clutch. We're just not. We suck at it. So, I don't know if Celtics fans disagree with me. I'm a Celtics fan myself, so I don't know if y'all disagree with me, but from what I've been seeing from watching these games, we suck at crunch time. We suck. Derek White had a decent game. He had 17 points, sorry. 10. Fuck. Jesus Christ, where the fuck is his points at? Yeah, he had 15 points and shot 40% from the field and 57% from 3. And like I said, he didn't do terrible, but like I said, he didn't do bad. Malcolm Brogdon also was pretty clutch at the end of overtime. But, yeah, so we kind of sold that game, and I'm very, very pissed about it. So, yeah. If any of those of you who are not Celtics fans, feel free to roast me for being a Celtics fan, being a fan of a team that constantly chokes in crunch time. Yeah, even though we have the best record in the league, we haven't been playing like it in the last 3 games. So all I'm going to say is we better win against the Lakers tomorrow. I swear to God, I'm going to be pissed off if we don't. So, anyways, moving on. The next game. Okay, here we go. Next game is the Nets and the Detroit game. So the Nets actually lost this game. So let's check that out. So let's check that out real quick. Okay, here we go. Sadiq Bey had himself a night with 25 points. I think Sadiq Bey is the one that dropped that 50-piece. I don't know who it was against, but he's that one guy in the Pistons that had like a random 50-piece. I believe that was Sadiq Bey. So he had 25 points and 9 rebounds. Bojan Bogdanovic had 11 points and 6 rebounds. Jalen Duren had 17. Jaden Ivey, who is, I believe, the rookie right now, and I believe he's in Rookie of the Year conversations, has 16 points, and Alec Burks. Alec Burks is actually a very underrated player. He's a very good shooter, and he had himself 20 points. So, good for him. And also off the bench, Killian Hayes had 16, Isaiah Stewart had 11, and Hamidou Diallo had 12. So, good for them. On the Nets side of things, again, Nicholas Claxton having these big scoring games. 27 points and 13 rebounds. That is impressive. Ever since Durant got injured, he's been putting up big numbers. So he has a lot of potential and upside. So the Nets better make sure they hold on to him. Kyrie Irving had 40 and 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Actually, wow. So yeah, he did his thing, and then Edmond Sumner had 24 points off the bench. So good for them. Unfortunately, the Nets did not win that game, which is kind of a disappointment. But anyways, let's check out the I believe boom. I forget which game. I think there was only 6 games, but let's check out Chicago and Charlotte. So, for those of you who don't know, someone that I know, so I'm in a basketball group chat with a lot of these people that I hang out with, and one of the people that I hang out with, his name is Miles. He's a huge Hornets fan, so I'm sure he was happy about this one. Even though it was against the Bulls that are not doing really that good anyway, but so let's take a look at the standings for this one. Or the stats for this one, my bad. DeRozan had himself a night with 28 points. I mean, he usually always does. He's always scoring. He's always going to be the leading scorer. He takes the most shots. So, Patrick Williams had 15. Vucevic had 12. Zach LaVine had 18. Dosunmu had 12. Dosunmu's a very underrated player on that Bulls team, actually. So, I definitely wanted to shout him out real quick because he definitely he has a lot of upside for sure. He's a small guard, but he's got a lot of potential. So I think the Bulls should definitely try to retain him if possible. Terry Rozier was the leading scorer for the Hornets. He had 28 points. But I want to see the thing is, he great for the Hornets that he did that and led them to the win. But Terry Rozier, man, I want to see Terry Rozier playing on a winning team. You know what I mean? Because when he was on the Celtics, he was actually leading us to deep playoff runs because the Celtics were actually a good team. You know what I mean? In 2018, he had an incredible postseason and almost led us past the Cavs to the finals as our starting point guard. I mean, he was our backup point guard for most of the year, but then Kyrie got hurt and he started. And he played very, very well in that role. So, LaMelo Ball, he had 25. He had 15 and 11 rebounds and 8 assists. So he had himself a almost near triple-double. And again, Mason Plumlee, 21 and 12. I don't know how he's putting up these big numbers. They must be feeding him the ball a lot in the offense. Again, I no hate towards Mason Plumlee, but I've never seen him put up double-digit games, like 20-plus point games, this many times in a row. You know what I'm saying? He's mainly been like an okay backup for like a couple different teams. Like he started his career on the Nets. He's known for playing with the Nuggets as their backup to Jokic, and then he was with the Pistons. Didn't really do much, and now he's on the Hornets. So maybe he found himself a home in Charlotte. Gordon Hayward also had 17. Another player that I want to see play on a winning team. Get Gordon Hayward's expensive contract off this Hornets team. He does not belong there. He does not belong on this team. He has a massive contract that's taking up almost their entire cap space. So as soon as he's a free agent, man, get rid of him, bro. Or even get rid of him now so you can get stuff back in return. You know what I mean? And again, I love Gordon Hayward. He was a former Celtic. I love him. But he does not belong on a rebuilding Hornets team. He does not belong on there. I'm sorry. Sorry for the rant. But anyways, Mark Williams had 10 off the bench. Everybody else kind of, sucked ass. But good game from the Hornets there. Next is Cleveland and Houston. And obviously Cleveland beat the shit out of the Rockets. That was expected. But let's check the box score. Evan Mobley had 21 points and 10 rebounds. Wow, what's his name? Donovan Mitchell didn't even play. Their leading scorer was Darius Garland, who had 26 and 4 and 9. So good for him. Jared Allen had 14 and 10. Jared Allen, again, one of my favorite players in the league. Actually, one of my favorites in play. He's definitely one of my favorite centers in the league, but he's one of my favorite players in the league. Period. He's super fun to watch, and he's a good shot blocker and good rim protector. So, and he's very good in the pick and roll with Garland and Mitchell. So, they're very good at feeding him the ball. Karis LeVert had 12. And then off the bench, Ketty Osman had 10. And Dean Wade. Dean Wade is back. And he had 15 points. On the Rockets side of things, actually, it was no one. So the most anyone scored in the starting lineup was 14. And three different players scored 14. And Jalen Green was not one of those players, actually. He only scored 6 points. So this is what I'm talking about. Jalen Green being an inefficient shot chucker. What was his field goal percentage? 22% from the field. This is what I'm talking about. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. Jalen Green, he's just become a shot chucker, dude. Like, I understand he's young and stuff, but that's inexcusable. 6 points on 22% field goal shooting. That is bad. That is horrible. I understand the Cavs defense probably made it difficult for him, but my God, that is awful. And Şengün had himself. I mean, Şengün didn't put up a lot of points, but he had 14, 7, and 7. So, putting up almost triple-double like numbers, if that is the case. And he shot 60% from the field and 66% from the free throw line. Oh, that's from the free throw line. Sorry, he didn't shoot any threes. So, yeah. But yeah, let me look at. I know I'm going in on Jalen Green, but what was his plus minus? He was a minus 23 for the team. Like, that's what I'm talking about, dude. That's bad. That's horrible. But anyways, so yeah, Jalen Green, get your shit together, bro. Because this, I don't like making videos constantly shit talking you, but that is inexcusable. That is inexcusable to play 27 minutes, only score 6 points on a horrible free field goal percentage, bro. Like, what the fuck? 20% from the field? Like, come on now. Jabari Smith Jr. had 14, and Kenny Martin Jr. had 14. And then off the bench, actually, Terry Eason had 18, and Ty Washington Jr. had 10. Yeah, just a complete domination from the Cavs all around. So, next game is Dallas and Phoenix. I mean, I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go see this matchup in March. So let's see how. So the Mavericks won this game by 4 points. It was actually a low-scoring game, 99-95. But let's check the stats real quick. And again, sorry about the music. My friend is taking a shower and he's just listening to music on his speaker. Anyways, obviously, wow, Luka. Sorry, you just got my initial reaction to this box score. Luka had 0 points. 0. Luka had 0 points. So the Mavericks actually, Luka wasn't the reason they won this game. What the hell? He was only a -4 though. Oh, well, he only played 3 minutes. That explains it. He must have gotten injured then. I was like, no way Luka played an entire game and only scored 0 points. I'm like, that's impossible. Luka would never have a game like that. But anyways, let's take a look at the rest of the guys. So Spencer Dinwiddie had actually led the way with 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. Wow, so he actually played really well. And what was his field goal percentage? Let's check. 55% from the field and 83% from 3. Wow, so he really had a good game. And was a +9 in the box score, so that's good for them. Good for him. Definitely stepped up when they needed him to. 15 points for Dwight Powell, 18 points for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tim Hardaway had 11. Reggie Bullock had 10, and just Josh Green had 9. So, good game. Spencer Dinwiddie definitely led the way for them for sure. Cameron Johnson had 22. On the Sun side of things, Cameron Johnson had 22. He's starting to find his rhythm. You know, he's been out for a while, but he's starting to find his rhythm again, which is good. DeAndre Ayton had 19. Mikal Bridges had 16. Chris Paul had 22, 6, and 10. So Chris Paul's starting to find his way again, which is good for the Suns. Even though they lost this game, it's definitely good to see Chris Paul put up, still show that he could play. 56.3% field goal percentage and 57% from 3. So that's definitely a good game from CP3 there. And then everybody else kind of stank up the joint on the bench. So, yeah, mainly a Chris Paul carry job there. Well, actually, no. Cameron Johnson had 22 as well. So, but, yeah. So, Luka had 0 points, but he only played 3 minutes. So, that explains why he only had 0. So, and then I believe the last game was this Clippers-Spurs game. So, let's check that out. Obviously, the Clippers won this by near 40. Clippers definitely dominated this one, but let's check it out. But again, it was the Spurs after all. Keldon Johnson led the way with 19 points. Like I said, he's definitely my favorite player on this Spurs team right now. Bates Diop actually had 13 and 6. Jakob Poeltl had 10. Doug McDermott had 11, and Isaiah Roby had 14. On the Clippers side of things, Paul George led the way with 35 points, and Kawhi with 27, 3, and 7 assists, actually. They both had 7 assists, so good for them. They both definitely did their thing for sure. Zubac had 11. And off the bench, we had 3 guys in double figures here, Norman Powell, Covington, and Reggie Jackson. So, yeah, the Clippers as a whole just played way better. But, again, the Clippers are a better team, so makes sense. And I believe that was it. I believe there's only 6 games on last night, so that pretty much covers it. So, thank you guys for watching this recap. Again, expect another video tomorrow for the games for tonight. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know it was a little bit of a short one, but again, there wasn't that many games to cover. So, one final message to Jalen Green, man, get your shit together, bro. 6 points on 22 field goal percentage is horrible for any NBA player. It doesn't matter how old you are. That is horrible. But yeah, anyways, I'm done ranting. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.